But Force 10 is also the name of a group of California men who look for the most violent seas that they can find and then jump in. The sport is called storm sea skiing, and the members of Force 10 are the only people in the world brave enough to take it up. Their battle to tame the waves is the focus of tonight's cover story.
Ross, for the men of Force 10, the stormy seas created by Hurricane Elena are less frightening than they are enticing. Our sportscaster, Gary Radnich, is with us now with more on this new and obviously dangerous sport.
Right,
Gary.
Jim. The open ocean is no place to be without a boat. Until now, that is. Producer Will Nordby and cameraman Rick Greenwell have found a group in Mendocino County who look for the worst in Mother Nature and give it their best. Pete Liebengood narrates this adventure.
Today, scattered showers and breezy with chance of thunder showers. Highs in the mid-50s to the lower 60s.
Some days, if someone sees you before you're going out, they'll think, are you out of your mind? You're not really going to go out there, are you?
But go out they do in almost any weather condition. They are Force 10, a group of skilled paddlers from Elk, California. These former lifeguards, surfers, and competitive swimmers are defining an adventure sport called storm sea skiing. Using a surf ski, a high-tech log of sorts, they head north to meet the challenge of the open ocean. Theirs is the sensation of up close and on the edge.
You can't just jump out there. You know, the whole thing's much more dangerous than it looks.
Why do it? Well, it's the appeal of the unexpected.
We have a tremendous number of sea lions out here. I have never seen one of them become aggressive towards us, but the potential certainly is there.
It's also the appeal of the familiar.
So this is the tip of the point.
And nearby are the caves. Sea meets land, and the waterborne perspective of Force 10 reveals subterranean views such as the angled passage named St. Anthony's Elbow.
Still, one of my biggest thrills are these lichens. There's so many wild colors, and they're so weird looking.
Some of those inner places are just...
There are other caves along the way, Dragon House, Tight Tube, and the Gallery, each with its attractions and special hazards.
You have to have presence of mind to know where you are, because the walls can get closed in real fast.
Once beyond the caves, the Force 10 paddlers encountered gusting offshore winds and breaking seas. Such conditions demand high skill levels.
Yes. Swimming ability is very important.
It's not swimming away from your boat. It's just knowing how to deal with the water so well that you're left to think, and you can rationally deal with this boat and everything.
If you get knocked off, you try to get back on.
You should really be in good shape to paddle in heavy weather.
And the paddle, as you learn how to run it, just becomes more and more, you know, just like pushing off your hands.
I just love the ocean. It's as far away as you can get for your little break. It's a very good workout.
You're real close to town, and yet you could be a million miles away. You're just all alone out there. It's just the feeling of that you're just a dust speck, and yet you're part of it all somehow.
Your thoughts are somehow differently connected, maybe, than they are on land.
I just love the spiritual spatial relationship of it all.
Well, it's basically the ultimate form of freedom.
Small craft advisory. Wind northwest increasing to 15 to 25 knots. Sea surface temperature 48. Seas 18 feet, period 14 seconds.
Winds increasing, 35 knots Point Arena, 40 knots Elk, 45 knots Cape Mendocino.
You know, you have to paddle hours and hours to get used to heavier and heavier weather.
When it's really wild out there, you can't think about anything else. You're only thinking about the moment.
And that moment is exquisitely appealing to Force 10 paddlers. Traveling as far as 7 miles offshore, they enjoy the ultimate challenge in ocean paddling, storm sea skiing.
what we're doing is we go out there and boogie, you know. Get up and boogie. That's what we do. That's what we like to do.
Despite the stinging cold and hammering waves, the members of Force 10 are fascinated with the ocean's power, its many faces and moods. To be a part of this unique experience is to be closer to nature, closer to the dynamics of life. Perhaps this is the greatest appeal of all.
It's exciting, it's thrilling, without getting too terribly dangerous.
We were just talking on the set about the excellent camera work of Rick Greenwell. Let's roll up the next tape and show a little bit of Rick in action. Maybe at home you don't appreciate what he's going through. Rick put on a wetsuit, picked up enough gear to sink 3 men, and he swam out in the terrible, tough surf. No boat, no life vest, just a wetsuit and waterproof camera gear. You can see him kind of bobbing in the giant waves, getting the great pictures we needed to tell this story. And again, Rick Greenwell and Will Nordby did it all together. Pete had his feet up on the desk smoking a cigar, and I just came here to read it. But it's Nordby and Greenwell that really worked on this baby.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
He shot the whole thing from out there? Or
Yeah.
It looked like part of it was attached to they had a camera attached to the boat.
And I'm getting nothing from Greenwell for this. Well, maybe I'll try. But really, like his 49er work, and you hear people in different markets come to town, they say, who shot that 49er piece? Or who shot that boating story? This Greenwell is terrific.
Yeah, and I've seen him on skis, too.
Okay.